know you're doing films and that. Am I alright just to do a bit on my phone as well at times?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah.
We'll get going first. Is my eldest alright to sit on it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, if you just tell him to watch the camera, because otherwise you'll end up with
No, if he's
an hour of staring at the ceiling, which has happened before.
Oh yeah, an hour of the
it's
back
very
of his head.
disappointing.
Yeah.
Cool. So first thing for your seats, you kind of want to lift your weight off.
Yeah.
So, but keep your bum on the seat and then drag the seat to the side and then forward.
Yeah. Come on.
So there we go. Until you can reach the rudder pedals, you're in a comfy position, and then I'll just seal your seat.
Yeah, about there.
Okie dokie. So we're doing a hop, are we, to Birmingham from Edinburgh. So what do you need to know? What do you already know?
I was just saying to him, I mean, I know what most of it is. It's not actual locations and actual switches. Some of it, especially the top panels, will be a bit new.
Okay.
But basically, autopilot, flight director, flight computers there, engines, primary flight display. I'm trying to think of the proper names for them. Obviously the nav display.
Yep. Navigation display.
Thrust levers, flap, gear, speed brake. Although spoiler ones.
Sorry?
Spoiler ones? I don't know.
They're just normal spoilers, yeah.
Yeah, I know, but it's just what people call them, isn't it, I guess?
Yeah, we just
and then the fuel levers, for example, parking brake, so kind of know roughly where most of it is.
It's here.
What?
That phone. There.
Is what?
That phone.
The phone? I don't know.
I'm afraid not. Okay.
So and then radios and other nav radios down here, as in voice radios and nav radios.
So we're currently.
I can't see the transponder, but it's there somewhere. Oh, there.
Yeah, this is like a real pedestal. It's usually full of paperwork and coffee cups and all kinds of nonsense.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So yeah, we're on the stand 10, I think, at Edinburgh. Aircraft's in what we call transit, so it's how you would typically find it before you go out on a flight. And the first thing you do is, once you've set your workstation up, is to hop into the flight management computer and start punching everything in. Yeah. So this is a bit that you said you'd like me to walk through with.
Yeah, like I say, I'd just like to sort of pretty much do a flight end to end, just because last time I did anything like this, it was a series of circuits essentially, because it was just landing and take off, where I did most things at the end. I think we still had auto throttle on at the end, but I was doing my own flaps and everything else. So yeah.
Fab.
Anyway, so yeah.
So FMC, first thing you do is just select the one that says FMC, and we go to the position page, and we tell it where we are. So EGPH. Just type it in. That goes on reference airport. So second line on the left.
That one.
That's it. And then typically with the FMC is that anywhere that you want to go is going to be in the bottom right. So next we go to the route page. Edinburgh appears on the scratch pad because it knows we're going to use it. So it goes to origin. And then destination EGBB. And then the flight numbers, what actually shows up on the radar screen, so it's your actual call sign, so you can put whatever you want in there. This aircraft's Chan X5 Juliet Lima EXS 5JL. If you wanted to use that, you can type that one in.
Well, just the EX.
EXS 5JL. And then we select departures arrivals, depart. Departures at the top.
Yeah.
Just see what runway this is planned for. 06. So let's hit 06. And it's the top one, Gusam 1 Delta departure.
Yeah.
And then we go to route. And then we've got our flight planned routes. So from Gusam we're going to pick up the Papa 600. Apologies, if you just press next page, you'll get to the area where you can enter the flight plan, which is just down there.
Oh, there, sorry, yeah.
So it just goes on the left hand side, all the airways go on the left, and then you put the waypoint, so Fenwick. Yep.
Yeah.
That goes on the right. Next airway is the Lima 612. And that goes to Elbus. ELBUS.
Still getting used to it being alpha rather than keyboard. Yeah.
Uniform Lima 612. So that's to Croft.
Is that as it?
Yep.
Something that actually writes like it sounds.
So CR, right?
Oh, sorry.
Exit that way.
So you want clear, which is the bottom right.
Oh, sorry.
Hello, everyone.
There we go.
I know this
Spell it
music
right in
so
mine out.
loud. I don't know what's going on.
Yep.
And then departures, arrivals again.
So, yeah, please.
Select
go
EGBB arrival.
away.
And runway 33. So that'll be the ILS we'll select.
ILS 33, yeah.
Now you may
And we're going to go via the Croft 1 Bravo.
That one.
That's it. So route, activate, execute. And then we just go on the legs page.
Mm-hmm.
Just do next page, just scroll through and make sure that all of the waypoints are there's no discontinuities.
You look at gross errors as well, presumably that one of these isn't like 1,000 nautical miles.
Yeah. So there you go, you've got a little break there, so you can just put that CF33 point up.
So what do you mean?
Just hit it and put it on the line above.
Oh, yeah.
And then execute it, and we'll tidy that up when we get closer anyway. Good.
Okay.
So then we want to go to init ref, which is there. So we're at 55 tons, so if you put that on 0 fuel weight,
So just put 5.5 and then...
and that goes in ZFW.
Yeah, that one, yeah.
Reserves are on the flight plan as 2.3. Cost index is 6.
What's that one then? No. Is that literally cost as in money, or is that some other cost?
Yeah, so the higher the number, the quicker you get there, but it costs more.
Oh, I see,
in fuel
right.
burn.
I see, right, yeah.
Yeah, so you can go up to cost index 100. And then
Okay.
we want cruising altitude. So we normally select southbound, so it's going to be an odd one. We can't go any higher than 338, so we'll go 330. That's it, and then I haven't got any of the weather on, so we'll just leave that as it is. So
Good.
execute N1 limit page at the bottom,
And 1 limit.
and we're going to select the outside temperature, so it's just ISA 15 degrees.
Yeah.
So you put a / in first.
That's alright.
That goes in the box at the top, and then we'll. Pretty certain it's a long runway, isn't it here? So we'll go for a double D rate. So if you select 22k D rate, and then the takeoff page there, we'll go flat 5, and then if you just click QRH speeds on, and then just double click each of the V speeds.
Mm-hmm.
So V2.
I was just going to say, V1 is the... If you go past V1 you can't stop, you've got to take off.
Correct.
Yeah, VRs rotate.
Yeah.
V2 is safe speed to continue with single engine failure, is that right?
It's not safe speed to continue, but it's the safe manoeuvring speed, yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
you don't want to go below it and start making any turns.
And drop a wing. Okay,
So
fine.
yeah, V2, which goes in the window. So if you
Okay.
pop it in there,
V2 has 141 there.
and what that does, if you click on the climb page, is you'll see it's got V2 plus 20, and that's what we call the white bug speed that will appear when we take off, and that's
Yeah.
the speed that we want to maintain in the climb out, obviously, because we know that that's our safe manoeuvring speed.
Yeah.
So that's where that appears, and obviously if you change it, that's where it changes
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Cool. So once we've punched everything into the computer, we normally follow what we call rivets. So first thing we do is we check that the route is what it should be. So me as pilot monitoring will read out the route and you'll check it against the computer. So if you press the route page and just click the previous page, so I'll say that we are the Chan X5 Juliet Lima going from Echo Golf Papa Hotel to Echo Golf Bravo Bravo, runway 06.
Yep.
Departure is going to be the Gossam 1 Delta, and if you just click the next page,
Yep.
we've got Gossam, Papa 600 to Fenwick, Lima 612 to Elbus, Uniform Lima 612 to Croft, for a Croft arrival, runway 33, and if you hit the progress page,
That's just next page, or is there a...
prog,
sorry, yeah.
then our distances should be there or thereabouts, and there's a slight difference because I've got 224 there and it's about 285 on here, but for some reason they never add up in here. In the aeroplane they're always almost exactly the same.
Yeah.
So I don't know why it does that, but there you are. So that looks good, and reserves we need to be landing with 2.3. At the moment it says you're going to land with 3.7, so we're all good. We then do an instrument cross check, so we start with the clock, 1550 GMT, and the idea is that pilot flying reads it and pilot monitoring checks that his instruments read the same.
Yeah.
QNH 1013 indicating about 140 feet.
Yeah.
We'd have what's called the minimum flat retraction altitude. Again, it's related to single engine, so it's not really applicable for what we're doing today, but we'd check that. And then we'd have flight directors on, master your side, so you can flick yours up, and mine up there. And the standby instruments are set. Briefing, so takeoff, it's a left-hand seat, flap 5 departure. It's what we call an NADP 2 departure, which basically means at 1,000 feet we accelerate. So what we do is we take off, and when we get to 1,000 feet we bug up, so we increase the speed to the up speed on the speed tape. That commands the flight directors to pitch the nose down, and then we can start retracting the flaps. There's no emergency turn that I'm aware of, so that's all we need to know for the takeoff. Emergencies, you go through the emergency brief, what would happen if you were losing engine, etc. Then we do the taxi brief.
Sometimes the most complicated bit of a flight.
It certainly can be. If you go somewhere like Madrid, I'm just like, no idea. So stand 10, we're going to push back, we're going on 06, so we're going to find a more appropriate chart where I can actually see everything. So we're pushing back onto the Foxtrot. 06 is over there, so...
Yeah, there you go, you can sit there, that's fine. Just don't get rid of the camera.
So we push back, we're going to taxi out here, we're going to leave via Echo, follow it down, all the way down to Alpha 1, and then we'll line up from Alpha. If we were doing performance, which we're not, we'd probably say we'll take figures from Bravo, just because that way we can get out a bit quicker.
I was going to say, it's a bit quicker and it's a bit less fuel
if
sat
it's
there.
available, but quite often they make you do full length. Anyway.
Like we saying to Western, I paid for the runway, I might as well use all of it.
Absolutely. Then we look at the SID, so we said we were going to go out on the Gossam 1 Delta departure. So we just bring the chart up. And the best way to brief a SID is to put the... get rid of this?
Just make sure it does look the same as what's on the display.
Absolutely.
Similar, at least.
Yeah, so you put the plan mode up on your nav display. Check the chart, so it's Gossam 1 Delta departure. We just verify that that's what we'd got in the Gossam 1 Delta 06 chart 10-3 effective 2nd December. So it says, there's the SID chatter. Climb straight ahead to Uniform Whiskey NDB. So it says climb straight ahead. Do we have the uniform? Are we looking at the right one? No, we're looking at the wrong one. Gossam 1 Delta. Climb straight ahead to 0.5 India Victor Golf. That'll be the ILS there. You can see 1089. At which point 640 or whichever is earlier, make a left turn 044. So we've got 640 of above. There's a left turn 043. It's within a degree that's acceptable. Track out to distance 3, so 3 miles from that ILS DME, and then make a left turn to intercept GAL, which I think is that Glasgow, radial 077. So we've got the radial 077, which is obviously 257. Inbound 35 DME from GAL, or at or above 5,000 feet, not above 6,000 feet, so there's the 5,000,
Limitation,
6,000 limit. Make a turn to Cumbo, and there we are at Cumbo. At Cumbo, make a left turn to intercept TRN. There's the left turn. Oh, we're not actually going to TRN, are we? No. It's just the radial that we're going to pick on, so we just follow that out, and then at that point we can continue on our merry way. So intercept left, TRN 037 inbound to Gossam. So we should finish at Gossam. There we are. We know the stop's 6,000 feet, so we can set that in the MCP.
Yep.
And we know the runway direction is 061, so we can pop that in the heading. And so that's the lateral and the vertical all worked out. We know it marries up with exactly what we've got in the box now, so we can trust that the LNAV's going to deal with it.
Yeah.
What we have got here is this bit of a jut out, which isn't ideal, and that's going to be mostly speed related. So if you can put, normally we limit the first turn to 220 knots. It says 210 in the box, so should be alright. But if you just put 220 and a B, a slash, and just pop it at GAL 35. Sorry, on the other side.
Sorry, yeah.
And then execute. That just means it's going to make sure that the speed stays back, and it's not going to do anything that we don't expect it to do. Normally, it would give you much higher speeds than that. Good. That's what we got there. We've got a little note. Max altitude 6,000, but expect ATC clearance to cross Cumbo at or above flight level 100. Okay, so there's a good chance that we'll be asked to make quite a steep climb to be above flight level 100. So if you get a little note on the chart there, you just try and find out what that little note is. So it's just making you aware the SID altitude is absolutely stop at 6,000, but you might be given clearance to go to flight level 100. Cool.
Presumably that's just dependent on traffic, doesn't it?
I don't know anything about Edinburgh. I've never been there.
Oh, okay.
So couldn't guess what they're. It's probably noise abatement. They want you nice and high and out the way.
Yeah. Well, when coming into Tweston, we have to be 20 degrees off the runway.
Oh, until
the last half mile, because of farms and houses and things. So
we set the. You want to be on the N1 limit page, and press takeoff. And then we can. Do you want to run through the checks?
Yeah, for a penny.
So while we're doing that, we'll start the APU.
Yeah. Are these pull downs?
Pull down and then that's it.
You have to hold it on start for
just for a couple of seconds, then you can let go.
Yeah. Oh. Making a noise.
So IRS mode selectors.
Give me a clue. They're right back here somewhere. Yeah.
So they're just on nav.
We'll be both on nav at the minute.
Gear pins then will be located here. We don't have them in the simulator, but that's you want to make sure they're removed, because otherwise the wheels won't retract, and you're going to be coming back pretty quickly.
You are, yeah, with a rather red face.
Light test will say checked. I mean, you can see it itself if you hit test.
Yeah.
Everything lights up.
Yeah.
And with the bulbs, they've got 2 bulbs in each one, so if a bulb fails, you can see it's gone and you need to replace it without actually losing the light. As there's been many accidents over the years with people getting distracted by broken bulbs. Oxygen, so down there on your left there's a little button that says press to test.
Oh yeah.
You just push that.
Yeah.
There you go, so you just check your oxygen's working. Your damper, which is
it's on.
It's on nav transfer and display switches, normal and auto.
Yeah.
fuel, I've just got it set on 5, and it's not going to change from 5 because we fly around at 60 tons. So 5 on board, 5 required. 4 pumps on.
Yeah.
Emergency exit lights, armed, fasten belts on, window heat on, air conditioning pressurisation, so PAX auto, bleeds on, pressurisation mode selector is in auto, instruments we've already cross-checked them, auto brake, RTO, hydraulics normal, so we run at 3000 psi.
Yeah.
If you need more fluid, you get a little RF that stands for refill. Speed brake is down and D10, and at that point we just do a quick config check as well. Parking brake is set, establishing cutout switches are these, they're normal. Wheel well fire warning checked, radio radar and transponders, so we'll say they're sat and standby. Rudder aileron trim 3 and 0. Takeoff briefing discussed, PA complete, FMCD CDUs are set, M1 IAS bugs. So they're set to auto, and then we've got 32, 33, 41 set. Stab trim, we'll just call it 6 set. EFB aeroplane mode stowed, phones are off, flight deck window, cockpit door locked, doors are closed. Passengers, we use this as a little reference. So off means that it's not secured, in the middle means that it's secured for pushback, and down is secured for takeoff.
So passengers, because that's not actually used anymore, is it?
No, it just says in-op in real life, it doesn't say no smoking anymore.
Yeah.
Good, so we can select the APU on now, it's available.
These ones?
Yep. And the other one. That's it. And then on the overhead panel, we want to switch the air conditioning packs off. APU bleed valve open. Anti-collision light on. And then we'd select the transponder to altitude off, so just the first one, that's it. Good. So, checks are air conditioning packs off, anti-collision light on, parking brake set, transponder, alt off. And then we'd speak to ground and say, hello, we're ready for pushback, please. So,
don't get the glory of pushback at 2 Wester. DIY and get at yourself and push it yourself.
So, let me do some pushback. So, we're going to go back and we want the nose pointing right, I believe, to go out via echo. So, oh, release parking brake.
So just to lift and
push forward.
No, just push.
Yeah. In real life, it's push the brakes because it's a hydraulic lock and it drops forward.
You have to flip it, yeah.
Until our new throttle quadrant arrives in a few weeks.
We
don't do that. Cool. So, ground equipment is will be removed and then we'll be told that it's clear to start the engines. So whenever you're ready, push it in, move it to the ground position. Yep. That's it. When we get to 25% M2, that's when the start lever's raised. So eyes go up, we make sure these lights go off, they're the same as that. That's the spar valve that's rotated to let the fuel in.
Yeah. And that pops back out, doesn't it? Is that right?
When it gets to 56, it will release,
One engine started.
There. So set the parking brake. Start to cut out, and when the little line disappears off the EGT, the engine's stable. Stable, so you're clear to start number 1. It's only 25 that we lifted up.
Sorry.
That's fine.
Yeah, I've just failed. Lights are out.
Daddy, I just do auto start on the door.
I know you do. Yeah, that's the joy of having it on the PC at home.
I just it should be on auto start. It starts basically.
So they start to cut out. And most importantly, to get a good picture, because that's a good money shot there, isn't it? With Edinburgh in the background. And stable. So, two good starts at this point. The ground crew disconnects. They probably wander off that way, as that's where the terminal is. They show you the bypass pin for the nose wheel and you'd wave them off.
Yeah.
And then we need to set the overhead panel up for the flight. So you start with the engine-driven generators. They go on. Selecting a new source trips off the old one.
Yeah.
We don't want it, so APU goes off. Start switches move to continuous. Probe switches go on. And then we've got the pack should be in auto, auto and auto. And the two outer ones, that's it.
Oh, sorry, these, yeah.
APU bleed switch can go off. And then, so the flat lever, lift it up.
Yeah.
Drop it in 5.
These gates have got a big one in it.
It is, yeah. Cool, so we can see the flat
Same
position
moving,
indicator moving and the leading edge transit line.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are ready to go. So we get our clearance. So as we said before, we're going to go out via Echo, which is that one straight in front of us.
Yeah.
Alpha all the way down to Alpha 1.
Yeah.
So clear on the right.
Down on the left.
Release the parking brake. And you want about 30 to 40% to get it moving. You're going to steer using the tiller on the left.
Yeah. And it's remembering to overshoot the line a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah. So you want about 10 knots at max at the moment because you're on the apron.
Yeah. It's not actually registering yet anyway.
It'll be there. That's your ground speed.
Hold on there, yes, yeah, 9, yeah.
So as we come up to a turn, we do the same again.
Yeah.
Clear on the right. First thing they did to me when I graduated was give me a piece of winglet and said, "Don't be this person."
Yeah. Yeah, because in a 737, how far forward of the nose wheel are we?
It's not massively far forward, to be honest. It's
Because when I did the 747, we didn't do him at taxi, but he said, you're about 30 foot in front of the nose wheel.
yeah, no, it's
so-
pretty much directly under us.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, going in.
And when you get on the straight, we're allowed up to 30 knots in a straight line.
They've even got the shelf that they use to for the fire guys on the left coming up.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
a disused shell that you can't say firemen now, can you? The firefighters.
Fire people.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of murk, make it a bit more realistic.
Yeah. Especially for Scotland.
So just watch your speed.
Yeah. This tiller's a bit sensitive, isn't it?
So just chop the thrust now and let it naturally come to a slow down as you get to the end.
Yeah. Trying to find his toe brakes really. when I was working at Edinburgh, I used to stay in a hotel up on that hill.
Really? Did you get always get a good view of the airport, or did it just depend?
You couldn't see it for trees, but it was up there, and it was. Well, I had a spa. I spent most of my time in the spa.
The best one I had, I think, was where was it? Southend. You actually were at the were looking over the apron. So your toe brakes don't work. I'll just give you a quick dab to slow it down.
And that's over there is the when they're using the different category instrument approaches, isn't it, for the precision approach?
Holds, yeah.
To keep a big chunk of metal away from the
protect the ILS.
Yeah.
Okay, so before takeoff, config check, flaps 5, green light, stab trim 6 set, takeoff briefing. So left-hand seat departure, flap 5, noise 2. There's no emergency turn. It's straight ahead. I'll just try and remember it myself now.
Yeah.
This is why you do the briefing.
It's gone for a red light now. You say these toe brakes don't work?
That side doesn't.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're doing it then, yeah.
One of the springs went,
okay,
so we disconnected them.
Looks like I was just returned now.
Yeah, out to 0.5, left turn 044, and then to 3 miles, left turn to pick up the Glasgow radial 077, so just put 077 into there to remind us. And then passing 35 GME, we make that turn again to intercept the 037, I'll put that there, to TRN, and then we go to Cumbo. Stop altitude is 6,000 feet, FMC, MCP, so that's reviewed. To cabin is secure, so we can line up and wait.
Passengers are wandering around.
Yeah, this happens. So we're clear on the right.
Yeah, on the left.
So as you line up, I set the strobes on, arm the auto thrust to switch on the transponder. So below the line, MCP is set, transponder TARA, strobe lights are on, holding on the landing lights.
Display threshold there.
So the correct technique for lining up, so I should have told you that as we were doing it, is not to follow the yellow line. You come in at 90 degrees.
Yeah.
So that's to lead you off the runway, not on.
I'm leading as late as I dare.
So I'll just bring you to a stop there. Okay, so you're happy with the takeoff. 40%. Once the engine's stable, I call stable, you press toga, which is that left switch in there.
Yep.
Just release the hands.
Let it do its thing.
They'll come up to the takeoff thrust.
That's going to be weird, not holding on to it for grim death like you're doing the P828.
Well, the correct thing is to hold it until V1 and then you remove it.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you'll forget. So a little bit of forward pressure until 80 knots. At 80 knots, just bring it back to central.
Yeah.
V1 rotates.
Yeah.
Up to about here, as the nose leaves the runway, eyes down to the box.
Yeah.
Once we're airborne, you can follow the flight directors, and then
yeah. I presume the flight director cross will come on when it's not moving.
Yeah. Once you press toga, you'll get the flight directors.
Yeah. Okay.
So all the lights can go on now. All 7 switches can go down. Those 2 left ones can go a little bit further. They've got 2 moves and a taxi as well. So clear for takeoff, runway 06, surface wind calm. Whenever you're ready, off you go.
Here we go.
Stable. So press toga. There you go.
Pressed.
Thrust set indications are normal.
Yeah.
80 knots. V1, rotate. Climb.
About 50. Am I still following the flight director or just?
Yep, follow the flight directors, so
Yeah.
400 feet LNAV. 1,000 feet you can put the autopilot in, it's up to you, whatever you want to do. But now we're going to accelerate, so plug up. Start lowering that nose to allow it to accelerate. Just turning onto that 044 heading now. So passing the white bug, we can go flat 1, speed check, flat 1. Passing the 1, we can go flaps up, speed check, flaps up. We're cutting the corner there.
Yeah, I know. I just noticed that. I get so used to sort of not looking out the window. It's all down there, on that side, Leo. It's all down that side.
Flaps up, no lights. So as we're getting close to the level up, I'm just going to slow you down.
Yeah.
So 2,000 feet rate of climb. I'll just do the after takeoff check. So 2.2 cabin climbing. Altimeters, so 4,700, 6,000, 1013. Slow you down to 1,000 feet a minute now.
About 500 feet to go to the 6,000 now.
Check.
So this is that turn now that we've.
Yeah.
Stopped it a bit too short. Losing some there.
So we'll enact that ATC instruction, so let's assume direct combo. Happy with that?
Yeah.
Execute climb flight level 100. So if I set 100, when I set it, I keep my finger on it and say set, and you say checked.
Check.
And then at that point, we'll go for VNAV, and we'll start to accelerate. Did say we need it to be 100 or above. Combo. So I can put 100 or above at combo, and if it's unavailable it will say unable, which it's not, so we know we can do it. Of course we're climbing to a flight level now, so we can press standard, which is right in front of you.
1013.
That
Yeah.
one there. Passing 8-1 for flight level.
I noticed it came up down there in orange. I didn't think that was good. Something else I don't usually have to worry about. having been flowing the pipe quite a lot now, you don't have to sort of like think ahead on the turns, don't you? Because it's like I'm just used to it like level off, not level off like this.
So 10,000 feet. So at this point we go flight level 100, holding 100. So we do what we call the 10 check. So fuel balanced, 4 pumps on, cross feed closed, lights come off, APU is off, pressurization 4.8, cabin is climbing, seatbelt signs can go to auto, recall, 10 checks complete. So we'll go flight level, what was it, 330 we wanted? So set, new call checked, okay. And then off we go, up to 33,000. At the moment we're in reduced climb mode, so I can use the M1 limit page to delete the climb limitation and we'll get a bit more speed.
What's the normal sort of cruise climb rate?
So exactly what you've got there, you're expecting 283 knots and then it's going to set an appropriate pitch to hold.
No, I meant the feet per minute, like the climb rate.
Purely dependent on your weight. So if you're really light, you can get sort of in excess of sort of 5,500 feet a minute.
Okay.
At low levels, it's kind of high, usually sort of 3,000 to 4,000 feet because you've got a lot of thrust at low level. As you climb higher and the thrust reduces, it grinds to a halt.
Yeah.
So one of the things that you do is you get Shell X5 Juliet Lima stop climb. So you hit altitude hold. So if you just push the nose forward. And what some people do is to, rather than lose the energy by the engines throttling back, they wind the speed all the way up to the barber pole.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you get told you can continue with your climb, go back to V now, speed comes back, flight directors go whoosh, and you get a really big rate of climb as you try and get back onto the speed.
Yeah. What's this? Telling me.
So it's when you're going to meet the parameters that are set in the MCP. At the moment it's nonsense, but on an approach it's really useful.
Yeah. Trying to follow this flight director is a bit of a game, isn't it? In one of the Pipers that we had, it had a full electronic display, and if you set a course at an altitude, you can fly the boxes, literally like a computer game. And it was almost hypnotic in that you'd obviously supposed to be flying visually.
Yeah.
But you'd end up like...
It's dangerous because what's going to kill you is out there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to give us a shortcut. That's quite, I'm pretty certain they do this quite a lot in the real world. It's direct to Dean's Cross. So when I put it in the computer, it gets a white trace. You just want to check that it looks correct before I execute it. It's going in the right direction.
Yeah.
So execute.
Change there.
LNAV's available, and
Yeah.
we're in LNAV.
Definitely feel like I'm getting a word count now. So I'm guessing by now the autopilot would have gone a long time ago, but
Yeah. Above flight level 290, you're entering RBSM airspace as well, so in theory you should be on the autopilot.
yeah. Well, let's put it on for at least a bit then. So is that you're all set then, yeah? For
Yeah, you
drop
just
to autopilot.
remove the control pressure and press command there.
Yeah.
There you are.
Settle down.
And you can have a breath.
I can have a minute now.
How's that so far?
That's alright so far. You like that? We're now, well, we're nearly cruising.
We can put airports on and then you can see where we are. So there's Prestwick, there's Carlisle.
Yeah.
So King's Cross is on the border where they actually do hand you over to Scottish because they still manage it, but it used to be Manchester Control.
Yeah. So this position's always got me. So obviously you got up and down, but once it's up and you're in stable flight, I didn't even know there was a mid-position tool. I watched the videos the other day, and
Yeah.
so that just kills the hydraulics, I think.
Yeah, so you can already see, look at quantity in A, that's the fluid still in the lines from bringing the wheels up.
Yeah.
So it basically releases the pressure and it'll eventually go back into the reservoir. Yeah. So when we get to 32, you want to press VS and slow it down to 1,000 feet a minute. So the rule is
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
1 for 1, 2 for 2, 3 for 3.
I thought you meant the nose down, as in the rotation of it. Yeah. Yeah.
It's just to stop scaring anyone else's transponders.
And it stops all this kind of business, doesn't it, as well?
We don't get VNAV will be fine, but you just get very high rates of climb sometimes.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, that's why. Yeah, and it scares people that you're going to shoot through.
You get TCAS resolution advisories, and you certainly don't want that to happen. So
Yeah.
Cruise, we go back to Vina. That's it. That's quite nice. I never get to fly at cruise altitude in this sim. I'm always flying around at 2,000 feet, showing people Dubai and stuff. So this is nice.
Shame the weather's not better.
And clear it up, and you can see where we are.
Right, Sam. you what? It's just literally just realised that I'm in Peterborough on an industrial estate.
Cleared it up and you still can't see anything. Well, you can see
I
down.
can't now. Yeah, look down a bit.
You see the floor.
You see the floor? You sit there.
Yeah, don't look too far down.
Don't look too far down. It spoils the illusion. I remember I was at used to work in Ireland quite a lot, and I ended up. It's a long story. I won't bore you with. But I ended up at the Naval College. And they've got ship simulators there. And I said, "Oh, do they move?" And they said, "Oh no, it's all fixed floor thing, but it's 360 degrees. So you're on a bridge on a ship, all 360 degree projection. When it starts doing fucking a wave, you start holding on to stuff like falling over. It really messes with your balance."
I imagine.
Yeah. So apart from drinking tea then and talking to ATC, is it sort of just a case of monitoring?
Yeah, so when you get to a cruise altitude, first thing you do is you get your flight plan up and you put in the time you took off, and then what you do is you go through
all the paperwork's done in the Christmas.
You go through all of the waypoints, wherever they are.
Oh, well, we'll hand it in at the end, because that probably belongs to somebody. Yeah. Just keep it on the seat and then we'll hand it in at the end.
So you go through all the waypoints and you put the times that you expect to get to them based upon the time that you took off.
Yeah.
And then what the fuel figure should be. And then every now and again in flight you just check where you were up to. So if we do engine and then used, we can see we've burned 4.25 tonnes since we took off, for example. And then we put that there and make sure that the fuel burn
matches what you're expecting
to do, so we know that it's looking good. And then so that will take us all the way through. We then look at the FIR boundaries, so where we're expecting to transfer controllers. So we've got London here at Dean's Cross. So what we do is we select Dean's Cross, we just put it in the fixed page with a ring around it. And the idea is, when you get there, if you've not been told to transfer to London Control, you know you probably should be speaking to someone and saying, "Hello,
do you know I'm here?"
I'm still here. And that's what we do to avoid what we call prolonged loss of communication.
Yeah.
Cool. And then at this sort of distance, we'd already be thinking about the arrival because we're not that far from descending.
Yeah, I can't see it, but there must be a number telling me. That's 17 from DCS.
So there's your top of descent there. And if you
there,
Frog.
What can't I see? Frog. There, yeah.
Top descent, 60 miles. So the first thing is descent, so we need to know when we're going to go down. So this aircraft needs 3 times its altitude to go down, which is roughly your meters. So we're looking at about 100 miles to get down, which 99 miles.
Yeah, well, without
Plus 1 mile for every 10 knots above 200, so you'd add 5 to that. So 104 miles for cash. So if you go to the legs page and go to the end where you get the approach, select runway 33, fix.
No, actually press it, there we go.
No. Press a raise. Just press it once, puts it in the scratch pad.
Oh, right there, yeah.
Fix. We'll use the next fix page, so next page, pop it in the top, and we'll put some range rings in. So we'll put 105 miles in by pressing /105. Pop that in, grad, and it will draw. Oh look, it's almost exactly where the computer's calculated the top of the descent.
Yeah.
Then we put another slash in, and we'll do a 10-mile ring from the airport. And then we'll do another one at 4 miles, which is where we do gear and flag.
Sorry, so put slash first, didn't I?
Just clear. Good. So that's our descent sorted out. We'd also go and put the forecast winds in and stuff off the flight plan, but we're not going to bother doing that. Then we look at the approach.
Well, if I know anything about wind, it's not really what it says on it. I don't know if you got. I mean, I guess the predicted wind up there is.
It's pretty accurate.
Or up here, should I say? Is pretty accurate, but yeah.
So we said we were coming into Birmingham via the Croft arrival. Let's have a look at Croft. So again, it's making sure that it matches what's on the chart. So there's Croft, it's a nice straightforward one. So we've got Croft, and then from Croft to Manchester, then to Vigar, right turn to Elise, and then Chase. And again, you check that the distances and the headings were kind of sensible and match.
Yeah.
Chase is the initial approach point. It's already got on there. We need to be 250 knots at Elise. There we go. We've got 250. We'll change it to 250 all below. And we need to be 210 and exactly flight level 90 at Chase. So we'll put 210 all below, and we leave the hard 90 because that's where it wants us to be. So if we look at it in the plan mode. Zoom over to those waypoints. So, plan, that's right. Where's plan? There we are. So you can step through the waypoints now, just to make sure that it all matches and looks correct, which it does. So when we get to Chase, we know we're coming in on runway 3, was it?
3, yeah.
So we're going to turn around. We're going to come downwind.
I'm used to that.
Most likely it's going to be radar vectors because that's how an airport like Birmingham works. So we're not going to fly what this is, which is basically saying you're going to fly straight past the airport.
Yeah, big teardrop.
Yeah. So we're going to. I don't actually know what they do. Let's have a little look on flight radar.
They, from memory, they normally fly something like that over, and this turns over Gaydon, I think. Gaydon. You know, the car place. Yeah, I'm sure they fly over.
Then you try to take it off the landing and the rock.
They fly over to the south. Oh, sorry, they fly to the. Go the long way around to the west and make a left turn in.
Coming that way. Go see if anyone's. Yeah, there we go. Exactly as you've just said.
Yeah.
So we actually do this in real life. If we're going somewhere we don't know, we'll have a quick look on flight radar and see how the vector. Because what you're trying to do is you're coming up with some sort of. We're trying to plan what the descent's going to look like.
Yeah.
So if you don't know, this is the best way of doing it.
See what everybody else is doing.
So if that's the way, then there's a good chance that's what we're going to do. So if we go for waypoints and have a look, see if there's any waypoints here we can use as a from Chase.
Some at the point there.
So there actually isn't really anything useful in the area. So what I'm going to do, in fact we've got this one, haven't we? We've got a Vodo. So what I might do is, where do we go from Chase straight to the CF point? So we're not likely to do that. So the Vodo's around 10 miles. So I'm going to take that waypoint. Vodo. I'm going to stick it there. Just execute that. So now I've got my 10 miles. That's normally where they vector you to.
Yeah.
But we also expect they're going to give us some sort of downwind as opposed to this
that teardrop.
weird teardrop thing here. So
because that to me looks like it's sort of almost a standard entry to a hot line or something.
yeah. So if we take the waypoint of Vodo, then I'm just going to try and work out where would be sensible sort of direction. So it's kind of a southwesterly direction. So about 200. Does that give me? Let's have a look. Oh, that didn't work.
It's quick on Strong Demon. Just stronger.
Drawing it from back to some reason, but basically what we'd do is we'd create a fictitious waypoint here. So we basically create that
straight
radar
to
vector.
it, and then
And the reason for doing that is that we then have a very accurate VNAV profile that we can follow for the descent.
yeah.
So I'll have a little think about that while we're in the descent, and we'll try and sort it out.
Which is imminent. Looking at that.
It is. So we've done the descent. We then look at the approach. So we get the approach plate up. This is why you have to start it so far out. So any flight sort of less than an hour is bloody busy.
Constant work, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Especially when you don't know how to
That
use
whole
the
time
chip.
before we went anywhere was all stuff happening in.
Just bring the charts up. And then your iPad stops responding, which is just what you want, isn't it?
You don't have the problem I have. I've never had it personally. Sky Demon, and normally it's stuck to the window,
Yeah.
and then when it's a lovely sunny day, what happens? Sun bakes it away in the heat.
That's unfortunate. So it all disappears.
And then it'll disappear. And then if you haven't done your flight planning properly, like drawing it on a chart, or at least on a printout, you're really knackered.
So, ILS, DME, runway 33. Just get the chart. So again, we go through the chart and we just add it from chart to computer. So, ILS 11-2, effective 2nd of December. And the ILS is 110.1. 110.1, so we can pop that down there as well if you want to put 1101 in there.
Yeah, the right way. Come on. What just are we? 111.
110.1.
Sorry, that's it. There we go. And then
Transfer. That's it. Course 326 goes up here. For some reason I've got the autopilot out.
it's alright.
That doesn't happen in real life. There's clearly a dodgy wire in here that it doesn't like whenever I catch it.
You know, one of my biggest failings as a pilot is having actually quite poor short-term memory. So whenever I press that radio button, I've got a pen in my hand.
That's a good
'Cause
idea.
there are people out there that just listen to the rattle back and they go, yeah, fine, read it back. I'm like, I've got to write it down, then put it in.
Absolutely. So I've got an ILS check at 5.1 miles. That might already be in the computer. Can't see it, but we'll use that 5.1 to make sure we're at 2,000 feet. And let's have a look. So the approach platform is 2,000 feet. 2,000 feet. We'd also change that one to 2,000 or above because we want to keep a continuous descent. We don't want to level off. It's a 3-degree slope. And there's the 3-degree slope.
Yeah.
Down to the ILS minimum, which is for a Cat 1 approach, 528 feet. So we can use the Barrow minimums to set 528. So basically it means that we need to see the runway 200 feet above ground level. It's the most awful thing to say.
I can see that because it's like
528%, isn't it? Then I'll just bring you over to my side so it appears on yours as well. So if we don't see the runway at that point, it'll be toga, go around, flat 15, set go around thrust. We'll raise the gear in the positive arc climb at 400 feet, verify, select LNAV, follow the missed approach. And I don't know why that's engaged. And the missed approach procedure is climb straight ahead to 3,000 feet. That's an easy one, isn't it? Can't mess that up. And
I don't know.
and again, we check the computer and it says runway heading 3,000 feet or above. We don't work out the performance, so I'm going to guess that it's going to be 1 break 3, and then we look at
this way, the Airbus has a brake to vacate, doesn't it? If you tell it you want to get off at a certain taxiway. Yeah.
Change the whole way this works. It's an absolute nightmare trying to find the chart.
Shouldn't we be descending by now?
Oh, you don't get to just descend in real life.
Oh, okay.
You get told when to descend.
Oh, right. Oh, this is when you start having to deploy speed brake then to lose more height quickly.
There's various tactics.
Yeah. Because you see that when they want to, because that's you can deploy that to lose height back gain speed, can't you? Is that right? Is that one of the tactics?
Yeah.
Sorry, well you lose at a higher rate.
It gives you a bit of drag, yeah.
Yeah.
So 3-3, and we're probably going to get off at Bravo. So the way you'd actually work it out is you'd get a piece of paper, you'd measure the distance, measure it against there, and then you'd work out the distance versus what your performance tool said, and then that's what you'd use as your brake. So, yeah, we're all done, we're ready to go down. So, we passed top of descent, and interestingly, why have we not got a descent profile? Should be a descent profile. No, you've got an extra line on yours. What's going on there? Oh, that's just a missed approach. Very strange. We should have a VNAV descent profile, but we haven't. And it also says it's going to take a bit forever to get there, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Let's see if it's that waypoint we didn't like. Yeah, it is. Okay, so we are nice and high, so we are going to have to go down. So we'll go for flight level 100.
Yep.
What we've checked. And what mode are you going to use? We'll use the level change. And the best way to get down is to increase your speed. So we're all the way back at 246. Let's go up to 290. Okay. Don't have to do anything, it'll just pitch down now. To get that excess speed, you can see that we're coming down very nicely. And because we are extremely high, yeah, why not? Let's go for some speed brake as well.
So, I mean, how?
Just down to the flight D10.
Oh, there. There's the extra wind coming through now. We're coming down now.
Okay.
Exciting wind's coming up. The boys are like, the dog's up there. Chill there.
See, we're shooting down, and as we come down, our indicated airspeed actually means that we can increase speed, so you can go up to sort of 310 now.
Yeah, a bit more pitch down.
So you can lose altitude really quickly.
I guess as long as you're not doing it violently, no matter how quick you go up or down, it's the change that people feel, isn't it?
Well, it doesn't really matter because you're pressurised anyway, so you come down as quick as you like.
I meant from a G point of view though.
Oh yeah, you mean levelling off?
For swing, you don't want to be swinging them around, you know. I can see about 1 pixel or something different in the distance.
Oh yeah.
Is that a dodgy pixel or is that actually something on the
I
graphic?
think that's probably just an imperfection on the screen.
Alright. I thought I'd seen the tower.
So if we do a gross error check, we've got 60 miles to run. With the speed up now, we need about 70 miles. So we're a little bit high, but not too ridiculous. the heading bug lined up with the heading as well. That way, if you suddenly get told maintain heading,
Yeah.
if you press heading select, you suddenly go.
Well, again, when I'm doing nav in the finder, we just plug the next heading and it's exactly the same thing. It just gives you something to point at.
Right, okay, yeah. Okay, so we're back on the profile now, so you can hit V now. You can pop the speed brake back away. Just let it
Stabilise.
So we've got a little bit under it, but it doesn't matter because we're way too fast anyway. So when approaching 15,000 feet, knock the seatbelt sign back on.
That's interesting. Is that a legal limit then?
That's the point where we put it on, yeah.
Is that illegal or is that just a procedural thing?
It's not a legal thing, it's just procedural.
Yeah.
Goes off at 10,000, back on at 15,000.
Yeah.
Just going to try and tidy up this vectoring if I can. So giving us a downwind vector now, which is a bit more likely.
Real, yeah. How do I zoom in a bit on there?
That one just rotates it.
I'm on the right way. I'm on the right way. There.
So just keep your heading bugs at the top.
So with VNAV then, the speeds straight off the flight mile now,
Yeah, so the thing with VNAV, in the aeroplane it's very, very good. In every simulator, no matter how good they are, it's rubbish. The level Ds aren't too bad, but pretty much every simulator flown it's rubbish.
Yeah.
So you can see now it's losing speed, and this can happen in the aircraft. The auto thrust's in arm, so what you need to do is just give it a boost of power at probably about 60%, just to get the speed back.
Yeah, because we should be at 250, shouldn't we, looking at that?
246, yeah.
Sorry.
So if you go over speed, you get the drag required message, you can ignore it. Just the frequency 101. Put it on my side, it's where I want it. slow, so just give it about 60% M1 and then let the speed come back.
I'm guessing the little arc on the outside is what you've asked for, and then the needle's what you got.
Yep.
I should be able to do it.
So let's assume I'm bearing a control, leave chase heading 180. Descend to flight level 60. Check. Altimeters, so passing 100 for 60, 10 checks. So fuel balanced, 4 pumps on, cross speed closed, lights on, angle of bank 25. Pressurisation, we'd have the land out set in the window, but we didn't set it up, so never mind. The seatbelt signs are on, recall checked, cabin crew 10 minutes to landing. So, how are we doing? Back on profile, need about 29 miles plus. See the speed's coming back to 210 as per the FMC. Got 28 miles, so we're looking good, we're on the profile. And actually we're probably, if anything, a bit low because the radar vectors will be wider than that tight triangle that we've got. So remember, leave chase 180, so you want to go heading select.
Right now I'll say heading select. I've got my finger over it.
Track quiet.
I can see it now.
The airport.
Yeah. That's where we're going.
That's the lights.
Yeah. That's the pappets at this end of the runway.
Yeah, I suppose we're. Oh yes, good shot.
Hey. I mean, anything straight. I was saying to my dad when I flew to Skegness last year, Cambridgeshire and Norfolk is just like one featureless, barren wasteland. Impossible to visually nav, but the whole area is like one big giant emergency strip because it's just fields for miles.
Okay, so left heading 155.
England. Sorry?
Left heading 155. Oh look, it's right in line with that little mark that I made. So what we do is we just update the LNAV track to make it match where we're going, and that keeps our VNAV nice and accurate.
Yeah.
So we're a little bit high, but we'll live with that. Okay, descend altitude 2,000 feet, QNH 1013. 2,000 checked, and then we just press scan.
That's standard again.
Yeah. So as we get closer, we do what's called a frisk check. So now we need to check that we've got the ident. We haven't yet. We've got it for the other runway because they clearly share a common frequency.
Yeah.
So we'll wait until we get the IBM.
We're almost at being the runway now. There's the A45 and the M6. so many times now. I'm just looking to see how accurate your signals are. It's pretty good. That's the M42 there, and that's the M40 going up there.
Okay, IBM's identified, so frequency is 1101, both sides. Rings, we've got runway 33, 10 and 4. Ident, IBM, both sides. Standby instruments set. Courses 326, both sides. So, approach, we've got altitude instruments set and cross checked. Approach aids are checked and set. So, we're in good shape. I think what we should do is slow down because we're likely to get quite tight here. So what we'll do is flat one. And then if we go to level change now, just so we can control the speed and bring the speed back to the limiting speed for flat one.
Yeah. So straight on the money. Up is the gear limitation, isn't it?
Like 250, there's no, you're not going to have an issue with the gear. I mean,
No, I know, but I'm just saying, but that's the... Because you get, there's gear down and transit. Is that, or is that flap up?
Not sure I get you.
You're up there. I don't know if that's the gear limitation
no,
mark or
up is
flap.
there, yeah. You can extend at 270.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, so yeah.
Okay, make a left turn heading 070. And we can see we're actually going below the glide now, so what we'll do is we'll go VS 500 feet. Just slow it right down. You can keep the left turn 050. And we'll go flat 5.
We'll get scarily close now.
Remember to bring the speed back to the flat 5 limiting speed.
Visual pilot in me. Never take your eyes off the runway.
Okay, turn left heading 010. Clear dial S 33.
010.
So we check correct sensing, which we've got, and we'll go approach arm.
Configuration, otherwise just doing it now.
So, yeah, so we'll localise the capture and then we set the runway heading 326. Then the descent points, the Fox India point there at 2,000 feet.
Runway inside.
Glide slopes alive. So when we we get glide slope captured, to that point we set the missed approach altitude of 3,000 feet. Glide slope captured. 3,000 checked. So if you want, you can configure a bit early, so gear down, flat 15.
Okay. Is it bobbing down?
Set the flat 15 speed. And I'll do the landing check. So start switch is continuous, recall checked, speed brake armed green light, landing gear down 3 greens, auto brake 3.
Yeah.
And we can go for flat 30.
Perfect.
Final speed 146. Flaps 30, green light,
Yep.
landing lights can go on, and the taxi, and you're clear to land. So whenever you're ready, I'll kick the autopilot out and off you go.
There we go.
Happy?
Do we stay in an auto throttle?
It's up to you, you can take it off if you want.
1,000.
We'll give it a go.
Okay, so hands on the thrust levers, press the button on the side, I'll disconnect the auto thrust, press it again to stop the flashing light.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
One of my training captains used to go like this at this point. It's got about 55% on the thrust, so it's got a little bit more thrust.
I'm moving over 10.
$500.
So that's the landing gate, so I'm happy, so continue.
400.
Don't use your feet in the air, keep your rudders neutral, got a bit of left deflection.
300. Approaching
To those
minimums.
rudders.
$200. Minimums.
So don't flare, keep it coming all the way down. I'll tell you when to pull back.
100. 50. 40.
Very
30.
gently pull back.
20.
Hold it
10.
there. Nose forward.
Bounce up.
Almost down. Close the thrust levers, that's why you're bouncing. Reverses up. Okay, 2 reverses, speed brakes up. 80 knots. 60, stow the reverses. Excellent. Just continue with the tiller. The taxi is off at the end. Lovely.
Not a big crash. The best approach. And again, I know from experience, most of the flights I've been on, it pulled off halfway up.
Bring it back to about 10 knots. There you go.
Too early again.
There you can follow the lines here. Once we cross the line, then I can start cleaning up. So strobes off, start switches off, probes off. Probably look at the chart because I know nothing about it here. So basically we
Well, we're headed towards the terminal now.
come all the way down Alpha, left on Delta, and then I don't think there's any custom scenery for Birmingham, so it'll just be parking next to the terminal building.
Well, I've done that so many times as a passenger and been pulled witless for about 50 minutes. And that's just flown by, literally.
It's what's that?
I say it's flown by, literally.
It's good fun, isn't it?
Yeah. I did one flight from Birmingham to Germany, and there's an apron on the left just coming up. It's actually by the fire station, which is just behind it, well, behind the trees if it's there on this. And we pushed back from the gate, went over to that apron, and then he shut down. Came on the intercom and said, the weather's looking bad, we're going to hold it.
We're going to the pub.
And we missed that slot because the weather wasn't going to have it running. So we just sat on the tarmac for nearly an hour. I'll just follow around.
To the left, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just park in front of the terminal building. Start the APU in readiness.
That's a regular park down there somewhere. We flew into Birmingham the other day, didn't we? Cape Verde. On a Max actually.
Yeah, I'm looking at that.
Can't follow that line too tight because that looks pretty ridiculous to me. So I guess in real life you've got to follow them pretty accurately, have you?
Yep. Although there's a good one in Barcelona that we call the racing line, that everyone just kind of cuts the corner.
Can't go to the first point here.
That's it, yeah. Just so you know. The APU on the bus.
I think where we parked is where the 380s park now.
So, parking brake. Parking brake up. And then we check 2 blues, and it should be a red light, but it's broken. And then kill the start switches, so they just go to the stops.
Just both together.
That's it. Stop sign goes off. Everyone runs off, but we already have done. And then as we slow down about 15% N2, we can knock off the anti-collision light. And then we should have already done that, but I completely forgot as we left the runway, switch all the runway lights off. And then we do the shutdown check. So we'll do the transit. So electrical on APU, fasten belts off, probe heat is off, anti-ice is off, voice recorder is on, air conditioning packs auto, engine bleeds are on, AP bleed is off, exterior lights are steady, start switches are off, auto brake is off, speed brake down D10, flaps up no lights, parking brake set, start levers cut off, weather radar is off, transponder is 2000 and standby, CVRCB is in, and the cockpit door we'd go click, click, unlocked.
Where's my cup of tea?
And then everyone gets off,
Yeah.
and there we are. So that's a gate to gate. How's that?
Wow.
Still got a few minutes if you want to do something else.
Leo,
Yeah.
do you wanna see into anywhere else? Do you wanna see into anywhere else? Quickly?
What do you mean?
Do you wanna? We've got a few minutes left. Do you want to go into anywhere else? Just a quick landing.
Could do Kai Tek.
Oh yeah. Kai Tek. This is your maid. You'll see. Checkerboard. Doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately. Yes, do that. Do you know what that is?
It's where you go through the houses, isn't it?
Pretty much.
Yeah, I've done it.
Oh,
When I fly around in Birmingham.
I bet everyone says this, but I want one of these in my garage.
Did a breakdown on the runway.
Loading terrain.
He's just got some quite good actually an Airbus stick and throttle quadrant
Okay.
for Christmas.
Is that the Thrustmaster stuff?
No,
Yeah.
is it?
Yes.
Yeah, they're quite good. They're tiny, but I mean it's about like the equivalent thing in an Airbus would be similar size, wouldn't it? But it's the
Well,
actual
well,
thing's
it's
about that big. But it's
Very good, yeah.
it looks pretty good.
You're impressed with this, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Like
What
it.
for Christmas?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Daddy wants one of these for Christmas.
Wait, it's like.
Oh, at night as well.
Well, it's dark, so might as well go with it. So let me stick the engines back on because you might need them.
Yeah, I might need. Yeah. This is the problem with these proper sims, isn't it? Is getting all the switches in the right place.
Yeah, that happens even on line checks or in the sim checks, because they'll reposition you and then the instructor runs forward and pushes all the buttons and then he releases you and then it's like, bloody hell, I've missed something.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm actually quite nervous now.
Put your seatbelt on.
Well, I don't know. Look at here. Well, alright. It's from our pictures of it in the planes out.
Okay, so I'm just going to take off, climb at 2,000 feet, and then I'm going to give you some
Oh, okay.
directions. Just follow the flight directors,
Okay.
and then when we're on the approach, I'll talk you through it.
Okay, same again then. So,
So we're all good. Lights on, switches on, strobes on, counter collision light on. I think we're in good shape. Recall. And yeah, whenever you're ready, 40%.
Right.
Call you stable.
break off first.
Stable.
What's that about?
Wait, what is this airport?
It's in Hong Kong.
V1. Rotate. Must be right here. So just start to lower the nose, going to level off at 2,000 feet.
Going it rather quickly. Okay. I think we'll do this one on auto throttle as well. We'll try and complicate this one more than it already is.
Direct to the outer marker, so to start the right turn.
Wait, it's six.
Sort of. It's a building sound.
Flying quite slow, so you need quite a high nose of altitude
Yeah.
at the moment.
Where are we landing?
Sound stop for shipping.
Are we getting out?
So we're just taking off from the new one.
Yeah. So we're going to fly to the outer marker. At that point, we're going to start descending,
Yeah,
and we'll be on course for Checkerboard Hill.
yeah. You've not seen this on YouTube, Leo? Sound.
Oh, we've got fireworks going off as well. don't know what the conditions are. It's very random, but sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't.
Leo? Not even here. Sam, what are you doing down there? Fireworks.
Fireworks? Why is there fireworks?
They're coming up, picking up stuff.
Sam, go on that side and look, will you?
Why is there fireworks? Why is there fireworks?
That's why you got a firework.
Are we going to straight
I can see
We're going to go straight through the fireworks.
No,
Oh, that's like the fireworks.
we can't. We've got to land. I can see the runway over there, and I can see a light. So I'm presuming that's
Yeah, there's little thingies shooting up.
an approach indicator.
What is this?
Go down, speed checked. Start switches, recall, speed brake.
I just thought we could have done the Sully.
We'll just skip off the water though, so it wouldn't be much fun.
Oh, that's just the checkerboard.
So checkerboard is that thing.
Oh yeah,
there.
right.
So don't steer off the checkerboard. You might get a fly right indication on the fly directors, just
Yeah.
ignore it, but
Just keep flying the checkerboard for now.
just pull back slightly. You want to keep those lights on the right.
1,000.
You're about 200 feet low at the moment,
Yeah.
aren't you? So don't follow the flight directors, just focus on the checkerboard.
Yeah.
Dad, it's nighttime now.
Yeah.
I said it's nighttime now.
Approaching
Oh,
minimums.
no, it's when we were still getting dark.
Yes, once you pass the lights, you can start a right turn now and follow them round. Start
500.
going round,
Minimums.
follow the lights around, look at the pappies, pull back as well so you don't start a high later descent. That's it.
400.
So I'm coming into Western.
Really nice.
300.
Start to roll back down. Really good.
200.
Oh, we're more moving than what's
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Speed brake up. Don't forget your reversers. 2 reversers. 75%, 100 knots. 80. 60. Stow the reversers. There we are. Speed brake gear down.
A bit right in the centre, I'm not happy with that.
There we are. How's that?
I'll show you some proper videos of that later, Leo. You've not heard of the checkerboard approach? Oh man.
I've seen some planes
Oh.
over here, Leo.
you like that.
You want to do that more than twice in a night, would you?
Imagine that with weather at night time,
Oh,
and without these lovely big TV displays, they didn't have that back
oh,
in
well,
the
they
day.
were doing it, yeah, yeah.
So it's
Was it? I mean, I guess it was almost. Well, it was pretty much flown visually.
a lot of it would have been well, those markers we flew at, they'd have had needles pointing at the markers, so they'd have used that as the guide. Just reposition it for the next chap. So yes, there we are.
Excellent.
Time has literally flown by.
Yeah,
What was that? Did you like that? Did you like that?
Is that? So you're going again now? I said to these, I don't know if it'll be last one or.
Yeah, no, it's pretty much back to back all day, every day here. It's crazy.
Just get that. You know one behind me, is there?
No.
And the squash sound.
I'm not even here.
All right, you're not even here.
So you can keep that
thank you.
as a souvenir.
I forgot my phone. Yeah, so we're gonna leave the plane now. I feel rather jelly after that. To be fair.
Sam,
Yeah.
what do you do with that one?
Next up, yeah, get to me.
Keep that where?
Where's that one then, out of interest?
Dubai.
Oh, another one sightseeing.
Sightseeing. Well, I'm guessing it is. Yeah, they might surprise me. But usually not.
Well, see, it's warm, Daddy.
Yeah. It will be warm. I've been sweating.